Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen wa salatu wa salam ashrafil mursaleen Sayyidina wa Mawlana Muhammad al-Mustafa sallallahu alayhi wa sallam bimadadikum wa nazarikum Sayyidi ya Rasul Kareem ya Habib al-Azim. Madad ya Sayyidi ya Sultan al-Awliya Shaykh Abdul Faiz al-Daghestani, Shaykh Muhammad Nazim Aad al-Haqqani, Mawlana Shaykh Sham Kabani, Shaykh Adnan Kabani, Shaykh Muhammad Adil, Mawd Khaliq al-Khujdawani, Sahib Zaman Sayyid Muhammad al-Mahdi alayhi salam, wa Ruhullah Sayyidina Isa alayhi salam, Saifullah Sayyidina Ali salam. Thumma Sayyidina Abu Bakr Siddiq, Sayyidina Umar, Sayyidina Uthman, Imam al-Hasan alayhi salam, Imam al-Husayn alayhi salam, Sayyidatina Fatima az-Zahra salam, Sayyidu Sadatina wa Siddiqina. Al-Fatiha. Ya Rasul Kareem. Fa'auzu billahi minash shaitanir rajeem. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Atiullah, atiya Rasul ulul amri minkum. And always a reminder for myself, ana abdukal ajisa da'ifu miskeen zalim jahal. And but for the grace of Allah that we're still in existence, and alhamdulillah that Allah granted us to enter into the holy month of Rajab. Rajab, that is a month of Subhana man huwa khaliqun nur. These are from the ulum of awliyaullah, that they give us these 12 hijabs, pardeh, veils, in which Allah is eternally dressing with the world of light, lights upon the soul of Sayyidina Muhammad. And each month has an immense tajalli and dress as we take a path into these oceans of marifah and realities, and we enter into the immense secret of seven tawaf, 7 holy openings upon the face, 7 lataif of the heart, 6 with the one that opens its reality, all of these immense realities, and comes the holy month of Rajab on that 7. And we describe that Allah is a hidden treasure wanting to be known. It's the reality of light coming into existence, it's the reality of Allah creating creation to be known. Allah is not within the creation but Allah is the power of that creation. All that creation exists within the light of Muhammadun Rasulullah, and nothing exists within La ilaha illallah of creation. As-salamu alaykum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. This is Shaykh Nurjan. Thank you for watching the video that you're watching. Inshallah, if you're happy with the content and happy with these programs, please support the button below, the programs that we have for our orphanage repairs, our water well, Give the Gift of Life, our mobile food vans. We have now 5 vans: Vancouver, Chicago, Los Angeles, Pakistan. There's many programs that reach thousands of people and rescue foods and give those supplies to people in need. Your support is greatly appreciated. Also, be so kind as to leave loving comments, and please share the stream. Every bit counts. As-salamu alaykum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. This ocean that explains itself, that don't look here, don't think about here. This is Allah's knowledge of Allah, but Allah's might and majesty is the power that powers creation, and everything coming from this kalimah, everything coming from this reality of Muhammadun Rasulullah. And in this holy month of light, Allah gives us from the realities of this 7th month in the way of 9, in the way of the sultanate of the realities of 9. So then the 7th pardeh times the reality of 9, 9 times the 7 gives us 63, the age of Prophet, and our guidance is Holy Qur'an. As a result, we direct ourselves to Surah 63. Surah 63 is Surah Munafiqeen, and we began to describe that we fight outside to know who the enemy is, and the greatest battle is inside. And we described from the first 3 verses Allah is giving to us. Junaid, I don't like to read. Open from our app, anybody, I think Shahid used a good translation. Open our app and go to the Qur'an section of the app, far right bottom, and then we pull up Surah 63 inshaAllah. Let's go to the app, Qur'an, Surah 63. Let's start verse 1. We'll recap the English of Surah 63.
Bismillahir-Rahmanir-Rahim. I seek refuge with God from Satan, the cursed one. Allah, beginning with the name of the most gracious, the most merciful. When the hypocrites come in your presence, O dear Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, they say, we testify that you surely are Allah's noble messenger. And Allah knows that you indeed are His noble messenger, and Allah testifies that the hypocrites are indeed liars.
So they tell the world, Muhammadun Rasulullah and Allah, because Allah's speech is not for that time. Allah doesn't care for dunya, Allah's speech is the eternal speech that has no time. This is from the realities of malakut Allah is giving to us at every time, at every moment. Your biggest danger are going to be hypocrites and munafiqeen, not the outside, those who went astray, not the ones who angered Allah. You know they're not with you. You know that everything they teach is rubbish and everything they propagate is to destroy you, at least you should, because you don't make friends with them thinking, oh no, they're going to guide me, they're going to teach me, I'm going to take my Islamic courses from them. Allah already said, they angered Allah and they went astray. Your battle is the one who says he's with you but he works eagerly against you. So the enemy within is the most dangerous enemy. This is on the month of achieving light, because Allah is saying, now you're progressing through these parda, through these hijabs. Your fight is going to intensify. Don't be deluded by outside, but be weary of the one who says he's with you. Now the next verse inshaAllah.
They have taken their oaths as a shield, thereby prevented others from Allah's way. Indeed they commit extremely evil deeds.
La ilaha illallah Muhammadun Rasulullah to deviate people. Don't say they said shahada and everything is okay. Allah says, oh, He's putting very powerful adjectives that what they do is evil. We gave an example today when we were speaking to the guys. You go to a relics museum, beautiful one they have in Turkey, and the guy says, well, come to me, because they want to give guidance. Give me $50, I give you tour of the museum, express pass. So I don't need your tour, I'll take my time in the line. You follow behind and you see that this person on every relic is casting doubt. We don't know the authenticity of this, we don't know where that came from, we don't know what this is this really that? His purpose was to take your $50 and cast doubt as you're moving through holy relics, and you come out that this was, oh that guy said this is nothing. So we understand when somebody stands at the threshold of something holy, there are many devils at the threshold. Not everything shiny is gold. There's a fool's gold in which to distract us, and then we take one of them and we go astray. And Allah's guiding for us, no, they will give their shahada to you, they will say, no, we are believing in the Prophet of Islam. And Allah says, no they don't. Not only they don't, but their agenda is very evil. And we described years ago, black and white will stop, the grey will finish. Nobody knows who is who. But towards the end of zaman there is no grey, there's black and there's white. One group in this Abrahamic faith, which is a lie, they think a man is God, they're outside of religion. The other one says their Messiah that comes is God, they're outside of religion. There is no religion on this earth except Islam. Haqq. There's no more grey, it's black, it's white. So the two parties went aside. Now on this Rajab, awliya are clarifying for us that amongst what you think to be white and guided into the light, their profession of faith is false and they exist to deviate mankind. Now look how the Muslims are being slaughtered. They paid more attention to their soccer games, they spent more on their soccer games because they don't care about Muslim people. They're not even in Islam. Allah will now describe more. Verse 3 inshaAllah.
That is because they accepted faith with their tongues, then disbelieved with their hearts. Therefore their hearts were sealed, so now they do not understand anything.
They're not a people that you debate and you bring them back. What they've done is so wrong by Allah's standards that their heart became locked from believing. What did they do wrong? Who are these people? Because people start to email, is this our sins? Because I told a lie, because I cheated on my exam. No, this is not petty things. Those people teach petty things. They go to the masjid and they touch your toes when they make salah and they say, Allah won't accept our salah if we don't keep touching toes. Allah says, if you say Allah, not enough A's, not enough H, your salah won't count and all your life's salahs won't count. As if everything is petty, petty, petty. But on the real issue they never speak about. So it means everything they teach is a lie. The real sin, Allah is going to explain what the real sin of what they do, why Allah looked. Throughout Qur'an you can come against Allah and Allah never says, I'm going to destroy you. They don't believe, leave them. They're not good towards me, leave them. But if you come against Sayyidina Muhammad Allah says, I'm going to destroy you. Means that coming against Allah is not the issue. When Allah described, I'm going to punish them, they're going to end up in hell if they came against my Rasulullah. Then hadith comes to even verify stronger that not only I'm going to beat the ones and punish the ones who come against Sayyidina Muhammad but all those who love him what we call awliya. They didn't get wilayat without the love for Prophet and their dhikr, their salawat, their immense love for Sayyidina Muhammad. And then the hadith came to clarify that if you attack a wali, Allah declares war on you. And all ulama came said, there's nothing you can do that Allah will declare war on you except attack the awliya. Why? Because they love Sayyidina Muhammad. And the way to get Allah's anger, come against His Rasulullah. So you see they speak a lot about Allah and they come against Sayyidina Muhammad. And how do you come against Sayyidina Muhammad? By discrediting and diminishing the importance of Prophet. We don't know about that hadith. This hadith is weak, that hadith is weak, and we don't even know the source of these hadith. So these hadiths you're talking about the words of Sayyidina Muhammad because they want to be Ahl Qur'an. They don't want to talk anymore about hadith. They want to make their expressions and their teachings like it's hadith. They want you to quote them on what they understood of Qur'an. Means extremely evil, extremely dangerous. Let's go to 4th verse.
And when you see them, their appearance would please you, and when they speak, you would listen carefully to their speech, like wooden blocks propped up against the wall. They assume every cry to be against them. They are the enemy, so beware of them. May Allah slay them. Where are they reverting?
And everyone wants to go to these countries and they're mesmerized by these guys who walk in white robes and speak fluent Arabic. They know the Qur'an but they don't profess it. In their malls they have Christmas trees. In their malls they had celebrations for Santa Claus. They spent $400 billion on a soccer ball. And they sent what, 2-3 Pepsis into the areas of these people who have been completely genocide. But everybody loves their appearance, everybody listens to their qiraat and their speech and their talk because of the respect for Prophet being an Arab. So we all get fooled that, oh, so then all Arabs are good. And Allah is saying, no, their speech pleases you, their images are fascinating to you, but truly what they stand for is extremely evil. With their wealth they're not building masjids, they're building stadiums. They brought all of these players and all of these kazzab and all the people whom Allah has cursed, brought into their countries, gave them $1 billion and said, now come and destroy this entire nation. Because from our headquarters we're the custodian of this religion, from this headquarters we will deviate the entire world. It's immense what they're doing. So Allah not very friendly with them. Beware of them, they are your enemy. 5th ayah inshaAllah. What Allah going to describe, because these same people on our videos say, we are the munafiqeen. What are these crazy Sufis, grave worshippers? We're traditional Ahlul Sunnah wa Jama'ah. What grave worshipping? What are you talking about? Completely deviating everyone and say, they're the munafiqeen. But Allah clarifies very clearly that you can literally go to them with this verse and they will give you themselves their own title described by Allah. So it's not he said, they said, oh shaykh maybe you're just saying it. No, they were going just by what Allah is giving for us. So what is the 5th ayah is the verdict.
And when it is said to them, come, Allah's noble messenger may seek forgiveness for you, they turn heads away and you will see them turning away in pride.
And say, come, Prophet will pray for you. Not only they turn away, but if you go and ask for Prophet to pray, they say, put your back in Medina to the presence of Prophet. Don't face, don't put your hands. Every time we make our salawats and make our durood and ask Prophet for his intercession, they say, this is shirk. They live by this verse, they show themselves by this verse 100%. It became very clear, it's not this group, that group. The one whom got their heart locked. What did they do to get their heart locked? They don't accept Sayyidina Muhammad, they don't have a love for Sayyidina Muhammad and they don't truly believe in Sayyidina Muhammad because Allah gives the criteria. Say to them that Prophet will pray for them to forgive them and they turn their back literally like, oh, what is this kind of stuff you're talking about? Then they even throw out words that this is a shirk, and this is self-evident. Now this is the outside munafiq. We said they're cursed, Allah want to destroy them and gives the exact example of why. And then there are people who say, oh, don't be so extreme, what's the big problem about watching them? Okay, you're watching something cursed. You're watching something cursed by Allah, and this is now a party from shaitan. And every time they talk, there's a likelihood that an arrow is going into your heart and you just don't know it. You listen to enough of these different people, they even wear their tablecloth, and you listen, you think it's nothing, but Allah saying, they are cursed people. Something cursed by Allah has no barakah in it, has no blessings in it, and most likely when you harpoon a shark or you harpoon something, it hit you with an arrow but it's attached to a string that's from shaitan. And this is what gives you shak, because you hear something, you're tuning in for something and they start to degrade the messenger of Allah and the ways of the turuqs, which are the way from Prophet. And every heart, every arrow that hits you, it's a link to a shaitan that keeps pushing and casting doubt. And they say, oh, this was like an interesting subject they talked. It was not interesting at all. If you're deciding to sit with shaitan and think this is okay, your aqeedah is wrong. We don't pray behind them, we don't listen to them, and even now these battles are going to be opening. And we have nothing to do with them because they're not with us, they're with somebody else. They're existing to take us out of Islam. This is the external one that became very clear now because grey disappeared. We found out, oh these things, oh these are all in the black, this is nothing to do with faith. So the greatest danger as Rajab is opening, because now the Dajjal is present, their Messiah is present. We're all waiting for Sayyidina Mahdi to start the game, but until then don't be deviated by these people. They're not from you, they don't have your belief, they absolutely don't accept Sayyidina Muhammad. Whatever you heard from their tongue, Allah says it's lies and it's evil. We can't stress that enough. When you listen to something evil, it's a slow poison that enters and you don't know what is poisoning your heart. You don't know why your love is diminishing, your faith is diminishing, because poison can sometimes enter very slowly into a person, and that's why it's the immense danger. Then we said for every hadith Prophet doesn't care for dunya, so there must be an immense reality and haqqaiq. The haqqaiq of the munafiq within myself, because now we defined it. The inside munafiq is the same as the outside munafiq. You have a Yazid and a Wahhabi inside you. Why you don't like Ahlul Bayt? You're Yazid, you're crazy? Why you don't cry on the day that they slaughtered their entire family of the Prophet? You're Yazid and you gave power to your Yazid. Why? You crazy? Then you come to me and say, my family was slaughtered last night, Shaykh pray for me. So why would I pray for you? I don't know them. Everybody expects their family to be prayed for, everybody expects some sort of compassion. Even you don't know the person, it's a stranger, you say, of course I'm gonna, this is awful, how did this happen? So they were slaughtered last night, everybody, they came in the house, slaughtered everybody. Everybody would cry because they would immediately think of their own family, that how could that happen? But how could you have such a Yazid that For Prophet whom you have immense love supposedly, you don't feel ashamed and sad and how people did like this. So everyone has an inner Yazid, an inner Wahhabi guy because he's a munafiq, and the system of inner munafiq is from the hadith of Prophet that anytime there's two, the third is shaitan. And because everybody thinks from physical, oh this is about men and women being in the same room. The spiritual, the feminine is the soul, very gentle, very lateef. The physical is the nafs, very masculine, very evil. So then the third is going to be shaitan. And if your life you allow this relationship, you go everywhere with your nafs and shaitan and the two of them are partners, and you don't take the understanding of muraqabah, you don't take the understanding of accompanying, kunu ma sadiqeen, ittaqullah wa kunu ma sadiqeen. Is that for only physical or Allah speaks for all of eternity? Have a God consciousness and keep the company of the sadiqeen, whom their character through their actions and deeds are truthful. Physically be with them, spiritually be with them, because spiritually you can always be with them. You think of them, you learn how to do your madad, you learn how to make your connection, they're with you. So that to break up this munafiq relationship, when you do something you call somebody into the room so that you're not alone with shaitan. So in our whole life and every action of our life, it has to be understood that I need to kunu ma sadiqeen, I have to always keep the presence of this shaykh, my guide, and the truthful servants of Allah. You determine who they are, and in your meditation and contemplation you train and train and train, and that every moment you're training you're disrupting the munafiq relationship. Because the one who does not train, does not accept to train, as soon as they sit their ego's whispering anti-Prophet information. And as soon as the ego starts, shaitan jumps in as his friend because shaitan's always available. So two of them fighting you, whispering to your ear, oh that hadith I don't think it's accepted, no I don't think, oh they talk too much about the love of Prophet. Now you see your munafiq is talking. You're sitting and listening, you're giving credibility to your munafiq until one day you become the tongue of your munafiq. You listen so much, you listen so much until it overtakes you and you provide the action of this shaitan and this nafs. And you begin to say things that are not nice, cast doubt upon the hadith, cast doubt upon the purpose of the love, cast doubt on the birth of Prophet. The same ones who want birthday parties for their children, then you see in every action they have hypocrisy. Now if you understood that I should never at any moment be alone with my nafs, and that's why Prophet described, Ya Rabbi don't leave me for blink of an eye to my ego. Why? Because if you're alone with your nafs you know that shaitan is there, two of them are now against you, whispering, whispering, whispering. Then they email that, Shaykh when I pray I'm continually under attack. So this is like a medical school. What did this just describe to you? How could you be under attack in your salah? Because you must be just thinking it's you, and that you're just going to Allah's presence and that's it. There's no imam, there's never the presence of Prophet with you, never you're in the companion of kunu ma sadiqeen. That's not the system. The system was to think that I'm always with my imam, I'm always in the presence of Sayyidina Muhammad praying in jama'ah, that Prophet is praying. And as a result I'm with awliyaullah, I'm asking to be in their presence. As Allah is ordering from Qur'an, وَكُونُوا مَعَ صَادِقِينَ, Ya Rabbi keep me in their presence, because I'm giving salams to them in tahiyyat, as-salamu alayka ayyuhan nabi wa ibadullahi salihin. So when you make your salah, you ask for your madad, dress me and keep me in your presence. If you make a madad, shaitan is not coming to be in their presence, because shaitan doesn't come into the presence of these lights and these energies, because he says, I see what you don't see, I'm not going to go and get burned by them. If shaitan doesn't come, the nafs is not going to talk by itself, it doesn't have the courage. The nafs will stay quiet, hide itself, because he says, oh this shaykh when he comes he's going to burn us very badly. So then the shaitan leaves and the nafs is domiciled because of the madad. So then our life is that you are in a continuous battle against your hypocrisy. And they say, what is the hypocrisy, shaykh? It's your nafs and ego and shaitan getting together. Your nafs and shaitan partnering and ripping apart your belief system. Both don't like Sayyidina Muhammad. And the only way to fight it is with your wakeel, right? That's why his shaykh is called the wakeel. Soon as my wakeel is present, the shaitan ran. Because the haqq and falsehood, they don't come in the same vicinity, because Allah didn't give the falsehood any power to fight them. When that light comes, shaitan ran. When shaitan ran, the ego has been abandoned, he's like a pussycat, he's hiding. Shaitan comes, he's like a tiger ripping your faith apart. If we truly understood that system, then there's no email saying that I'm distracted in my prayer. Why are you distracted in your prayer? Because you must be thinking you've passed the Prophet, you've passed the saints, and I'm in the Divine Presence. But what Allah's showing you when you're attacked, you're not in any Divine Presence. Your nafs and shaitan are pooping all over you, that's why you're feeling you're being scratched and attacked. So your system didn't work. But if you entered in and your life was about your madad, you make your connection, nothing coming into your presence. There's no distraction in your salah. And if you do it really good and really strong, you begin to become nothing, and you experience the salah of these awliya, because they're fulukul mashhoon. They take the lights and move, and they show you from their horizon where they're praying, where they're making sujood. Because it's a light. If you say, I'm nothing, I give no importance to my form, Ya Rabbi, I'm nothing, then I'm just in their light and under their madad, they're like my shib. وَكُونُوا مَعَ صَادِقِينَ, your obedient servant from your holy Qur'an. That I'm in their company, Ya Rabbi, and as soon as this salah begins we're behind them and I'm nothing. And these tajallis and these lights upon us, and then these energies and these blessings begin to dress the servant and push away every type of negativity. Then they say, I go into the zikr, as soon as I start to make zikr I feel everything is attacking me. Same sickness, because you're allowing the munafiq around you. You allow the nafs to sit next to you and shaitan sit right next to you in your zikr. And the whole time you're making zikr, they're scratching your ears, talking to you, whispering to you, giving you every crazy thought. Same sickness, you were supposed to make your madad, make your connection, make your madad. Ya Rabbi, I don't want my zikr, I'm stuck with myself and my filthy self. I'm asking to be dressed by their tajallis, dressed by their lights. وَكُونُوا مَعَ صَادِقِينَ, keep me in their company and I am nothing. Nasiyan mansiya, What did Hazrat Maryam say? Oh, I wish I was non-existent. Nasiyan mansiya? Oh, I wish I was something non-existent. She was one of the masters of self-effacement, very spiritually powerful. When she had pain they said, take from the date They say, she moved the date palm down. Have you ever seen a date tree? We can't move it. She moved it down to take the khurma, the date from it, because the immense yaqeen and strength of her spiritual ability or spiritual reality. And she gives to us in Surah 19, "Oh that I wish I was something non-existent." This is the path of wilayat. If we live by that creed that I'm nothing, I'm nothing, I'm nothing, I want their dress to be around me, and nasiyan mansiyam, that I'm nothing ya Rabbi, and their tajalli to dress me, then I'm in their salah moving into the presence of Sayyidina Muhammad praying where Prophet prays to Allah. Real salah, not imitated fake salah by delusional thoughts of what Allah is. None of us know where that reality is and what that reality is. And the only servant of Allah is Muhammadun Rasulullah. That's why your salah is in Ahmad, Alif, Ha, Mim, Dal. Everything is in that reality. That's where we started. Allah is a hidden treasure wanting to be known. Our life is this battle against the munafiq. When we understood these verses, then don't allow him in you. If you do, you become cursed by Allah. Continually doubting, then doubting the shaykh, because he's the closest one to you, easy to beat. You beat him, doubt him. Okay, you're now running into those verses. Well, Allah says, truly evil is what you're listening to. You're allowing this shaitan to defecate on your entire soul, and the evilness of what you're doing, you're about to gain my lock onto your heart. Until you get to the verse when you know your heart is locked is when Allah says, go ask him for forgiveness. I would never ask him for forgiveness, I don't accept him like that. You just made the criteria clear, right? Because it was the same to Prophet. They would approach, they knew they had a dislike. Then Allah said, go and ask the Prophet for forgiveness. They turn their backs. So the inner one is exactly the same, will do exactly the same. We'll become angered, we'll become disconjoined, we'll be finding every type of difficulty, every type of wrong. The teaching's wrong, the present's wrong, he's wrong, this wrong, wrong. The munafiq became very powerful. Now it meets the criteria on your path of marifah. Allah locks the heart, the munafiq is overtaken the person, and they move and they start to distance themselves. And the same danger we describe, if you have a munafiq in your company, is a danger. Your outside munafiq, very dangerous in the association. They sit according to every person. We don't have strangers here for that same reason, because we would have them, they would come and sit next person, there's a group over there. They're like that, they serve food at 8 o'clock, not 11 o'clock. It's like, so from amongst your people you would have discord and shock and doubt. And this was the greatest enemy for Prophet. They're in the middle of battle, 3,000 against 200. All you needed was one to say, do you really think we're going to succeed today? Looks like we're going to have big problems. So you can begin to shake the inner core from inside. And if we allow that in our lives and we allow that in our homes and we allow that on our tables, then we can understand that the system will self-implode and everything falls apart. We pray that Allah give us the strength to fight our inner munafiq, kill the inner munafiq, destroy the inner munafiq like a sword continuously against his neck. Keep slicing him. Don't let that munafiq to speak into you, to whisper into you, to give any khatar to you, because this is your greatest battle. That's why Prophet described this is jihad al-akbar. If you cannot fight this munafiq, you will not survive these battles that are coming. Because that munafiq would tell you, run, you're on the wrong side. Go to the people who want to build the Mukaaba. Yeah. Come Habibi. It's a call from Dajjal. Subhana rabbika rabbil izzati amma yasifoon wa salaamun al mursaleen walhamdulillahi rabbil alameen bi hurmati Muhammad al Mustafa Masir Surat al Fatiha. I can imagine what these AIs are going to be. As-salamu alaykum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. This is Shaykh Nurjan. Thank you for watching the video that you're watching. Inshallah, if you're happy with the content and happy with these programs, please support the button below, the programs that we have for our orphanage repairs, our water well, Give the Gift of Life, our mobile food vans. We have now 5 vans: Vancouver, Chicago, Los Angeles, Pakistan. There's many programs that reach thousands of people and rescue foods and give those supplies to people in need. Your support is greatly appreciated. Also, be so kind as to leave loving comments and please share the stream. Every bit counts. As-salamu alaykum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.